it's amazing. It's totally different. I went running to the Brooklyn Bridge. I used the facility downstairs. I went to the swimming pool, the weight room. But it's amazing. It's amazing. 1983, when we came third place in the nation. And then when I got my 2 All-American awards, for me that was like amazing. It's great, especially for my kids. I feel great, and I think it's an example for them to follow through, and especially young kids going to be here, that they can do it too. That if I did it, they can do it too.
Our 4th inductee, you know, when it comes to soccer inductees, and most of us in here know about the history of the LIU men's soccer program, it's unbelievable. Great teams in the 70s. In the 80s, from 82 through 86, you could make a case that LIU had the #1 soccer team in the country for that 5-year period. We were right there. We were undefeated. We were #1 in the nation throughout the regular season, so on and so forth. We were unbelievable. I mean, as good as any team or better than any team in the country. And in the sport of soccer, you know, unfortunately in a lot of sports, the offensive players get all the recognition. But particularly in the sport of soccer, defense is paramount. Without defense, you got nothing. And I was glad that last year we inducted John Grasser, our first goalkeeper, to go in. And you know, we've had very few defensive players go into the Hall of Fame. But the young man who's going in tonight was as good a defender as there was in the country. Strong as a bull, tough as nails, could do it all. Without him, I think even his teammates would say that LIU wouldn't have been a nationally ranked team every year. His brothers were on the team. You know, just getting to know him over the last couple of weeks, he's a very family-oriented guy, and I know LIU means everything to him. He was a 2-time All-American, 2-time third-team All-American, and just, again, a terrific guy, and we're honored to have him in the Hall of Fame. So, Sammy, if you're able, he's just coming off of surgery. If you're able to speak for a little while, I think Martin, what do you think? You think he'll be able to say a few words? He might be able to say a few words? Not the young part? But he's got the pitcher of water. He's ready to go. Our next inductee, Samuel Isajar. You need a glass?
First, I'm going to thank God for being here. I promised my wife I'm not going to be talking that long. But I decided to break Arnis Ramirez's record. No, that's a lie. Well, he said just came out from surgery. Initially I got supposedly cancer in my throat, but then they ended up taking my thyroid gland out and 3 tumors. But I'm okay. I want to thank the LIU, the Hall of Fame committee, the LIU athletic director. I want to thank John Suarez, Greg Foss, the LIU soccer coach. It's hard for me to pronounce his name. But he surprised me this morning. He called me yesterday, and it's amazing. He got my number 24 LIU soccer jersey, and he gave it to me today. And that's an honor. It's hard to be standing here. 3 years ago, they diagnosed me with prostate cancer. I told my wife that was hard. And I remember I told my wife, if I'm going to die, I want to be getting my own Hall of Fame so I can share that with my kids. That's why you saw me walking with my son to get the award today. I didn't die. I'm a tough guy. I decided to fight. I was doing research for 3 years. And then I said, okay, you know, maybe I can do something. I always liked medicine. So believe it or not, I went back to medical school. I'm going to medical school now. Thanks to LIU, I accumulate enough credits to be able to go instead of 7 years for 4 years. And my goal is to concentrate on oncology. I want to be helping people. I teach in college in Tampa. But tonight, I know it's hard because I got all my teammates here. I got a guy by the name of Lester Franco. Lester Franco, get up, stand up. Because you know it's nice how you say the best defensive player, the best this, but he was playing with me, sweeper, stopper, and believe me, most of the time people look at me, but people didn't look at him. He was the one who stopped the ball sometimes. So he called me. I was so happy. I haven't seen Lester for 27 years. And when he told me I'm going to be there with you, I was so happy. There is also people I remember now. Arnie Ramirez. He did everything for us. He helped me. He helped my brother. Tough times. I want to say this, but I was telling my teammates. When they told me Hall of Fame, you get a jacket. I was telling them tonight, I don't know if I get the jacket because I was good or because they feel sorry, because when I was here for 4 years, I got the same jacket. I remember I got to go to the All-American Awards. I got to go to the dinner here every time. So I go to my closet and I do this. And I put it on, and then everybody say, the same jacket? I say, the same jacket. So now my wife, she complained to me because I got like, with this one, I'm going to have 34. And she don't know, so I'm going to tell her tonight. I promised myself one day, if I'm going to have the money to buy jacket, because I was, for 4 years, really with the same jacket. And a lot of people are thinking how to prepare my speed. But it's plenty stories to tell. And I'm going to start with one. We used to travel here, Boston. It's with 2 bands. Somebody has to drive the other band. So one day, they say we need somebody to drive the band. So I say, yes, I can do it. So they give me the key. So every time we travel, I went there and they give me the key. So my 4th year, we were senior. We coming from North Carolina indoor tournament. I know we were supposed to go there. Arnie say, son, you got to go get the key, but they say they need a copy of your license. I say, Coach, what license? He said, you drive a license. I said, I never had a license. So he said, you're going to tell me that you drive LIU van for 4 years. I never had a license in New York City. Never. I never got a license. So he was cracking off, and he get mad at me, but then he said, what can we do with you? But this is the funny story. They used to have, they went to the airport to get me last night with an ice band. When we were here, that was an ice band and a piece of junk, another band. So they give me that. So one day we coming from, I don't know what, Boston. So I was putting 90 in that band. And as you know, the BQE, we coming from Boston, close to LIU, BQE. Before we made the last essay here, on BQE, the car stopped, and then I started smoking. I blew the engine of the LIU van. I tell you now, I didn't say that before. So we get out, and we have to walk from there here. And then I came here, they said, what is the van? I say, well, the van is there, but there is the key here. So that was nice because I forced them to get a new van. But believe me, we have so much fun. I'll tell you stories about LIU and what we used to do. They call it bullying now. In our time, that was fun. I mean, I was doing everything here. My wife, sometimes, she see me laughing. I say, what are you laughing about? Remember every single time that we spent together with my teammates. Mickey Kairis, Acosta, Perao, Roger Chavez. Believe me, that was fun. But when I'm going to get serious now, when I get this plaque today, I remember so many people. One of them is Dean Walker. It's tough because the last time I saw her, she was in Tampa with the basketball team. She called me. She went over to my house. She buy gifts for my kids. We had dinner. And then suddenly, I call her almost every week. But then suddenly I start calling, and nobody tell me nothing about Dean Walker. But then I call, and then they say, Dean Walker died. That was painful for me. And the next 2 persons, Mickey Carey, remember, we went to play the Senior Bowl. And I call him my number one fans at LIU. I'm talking about Arnold Ramirez Sr., Arnold Ramirez's father, and his wife, Sarita. Because you know what? Every time I go to the game, she was standing there. And let me tell you something. We went with Mickey Kairis, Senior Bowl, Cleveland, Ohio, full of people. They announced my name from Colombia, South America, and then I went there. Believe me, that was amazing. When in front of everybody, she used to say, "Let's go LIU." So suddenly, we were warming up for the Senior Bowl. A player from Columbia University, I remember Michael King from Columbia, suddenly changing, and I heard, "Let's go LIU," with a LIU sign. That was Arnie Ramirez's parents. They went from here to Cleveland, Ohio, to be with us. So tonight I want to remember them, because believe me, a lot of people, we talk about how great we used to be, how this, but without the support of the fans and people who was here for us, they will never make it. I don't want to keep us going, because the last thing I want to see is this. A lot of my teammates call me, and a lot of people call me, they think I'm dying. And you know what? I don't think I'm dying, I'm living. And let me tell you something. This morning, I told Greg Foss, I say, I want to go to LIU. I want to try to see how much time I spend from LIU to Manhattan to the Brooklyn Beach. Because when I was here, I used to do it in the morning, I do it in the afternoon. So this morning, last night we went out. I have to study. I'm taking 9 classes in medical school, so I told my wife, we're going to get to New York, but I don't have time to go. Well, you know how women are. She said, let's go. We got dinner in Junior's. As a matter of fact, that was tough, because I ended up paying $127 there for dinner. And then we went to Times Square. I said, I need to go back I have to study. We came back home at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I say, I was pissed off, not because the study, to be honest with you, because I want to go running this morning. Anyway, she went shopping, and I went running. So I came here to LIU, and I timed my class, and I went running from here, Brooklyn Bridge. I went to Manhattan and back. And I was happy, because I make it in 41 minutes. I get back here, I trained for an hour in the gym, because thanks to Mr. Suarez and Greg Foss, that was a paper there. I walked in there, I went through, and the lady went back to me. I was doing my exercise. Excuse me, you got an ID? I said, what ID? No, you cannot walk in. No, you don't know. They call, oh no, they look at that. That was a paper that they already said. So they allowed me to practice for 1 hour in the gym. And then I jump into the pool. When we were here, if you want to go to the pool, you got to go to the Hudson River or whatever, because I want to pool here. So I got here, I said, I got it. She said, how long you want to be? I say, 10 minutes. So I got a white short, and she said, but you got on there something on there, because I don't want to see nothing from you there. I said, no, don't worry about. I said, I just need a corner there. So I was testing the water, LIU water. We don't have no water here the swimming pool. But that was nice. And then I went back to my hotel, and believe me, it's a pleasure for me to be here today. And I want to thank Mr. John Suarez and Greg Foss, because they made me feel like I'm home every time. We played the alumni game. I have been flying from Colombia 3 times. When I was in Colombia, I was to play the LIU senior game. And it's like a family. But the last thing I'm going to say, is about this. I got something here for somebody that a lot of people, they don't realize. Athletes who were at that time, he was like a father for everybody here. We got problems. And I never forget what happened my last year, 3rd year at LIU. My father got beaten in the Bronx. I was ready to quit, because I used to go to work full time with my father, come back here with Arnie. You know Arnie, we practice 6 o'clock in the morning. So sometimes I used to go to the Bronx, stay in my father's business, come back here at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's snowing, and at that time, I used to park my car. You can call that a car, because that was like a half of the car. I used to park it outside there. But they used to stall the battery. So I used to take the battery, put it here, and go to my room. But sometimes I get here at 3 o'clock in the morning, and to start taking the battery out, I'm better off sitting there. So I stay there until 5:30 to start practice at 6 because by the time I go to the dome or whatever. So then I was thinking about all of that, all of the suffering and what we have. I used to eat Kansas fried chicken. I never forgot, right in the corner there with my brothers. 3 pieces of chicken because we were 3 brothers at LIU. We got half of the scholar. I only had tuition. So we go there and we have one day, we rotate. My brother got the win, I got the tie, and we keep on rotating there to be here. But then the person that I'm going to mention now, he called us to the office. I say, you have to decide, you're going to finish school here, or you ended up pumping gas in the Bronx. That was tough for us. But after that meeting, he changed our life because I had to stay here getting my education. So that's what I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna do like this because I'm gonna allow this person to come here because I have a little plaque for him because he changed not just my life, my brother's life, a lot of people's life here. So I'm gonna call here Dr. Joram Orman. Can you please come here? Listen, I got my master's degree at LIU, Rockland, when he was there. And sometimes my car broke down because I don't want to call a car a piece of car. He's into Volvos. So he got an old Volvo, so he gave it to me for like 6 months to drive the car back and forward to do my master's degree. So Dr. Warman, on behalf of my brothers, and only my brother, the whole soccer team, this plaque is for you, and I'm going to read it to you. Thank you for being like a father for us and changing our life. God bless you. I wrote down in this plaque from Samuel, Elcias, and Gerson Isajar because our 3 brothers were here at LIU. And this is the February 4th today, and this is for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Sad.
Dr. Warman will discuss the legal ramifications of the Volvo gift at a later date. By the way, yeah, Samuel he's available for weddings and bar mitzvahs. If anybody, he'll be passing out his card on his way out today.